Egypt belongs to both Africa and Asia. The vast majority of the country lies in North Africa, while the Sinai Peninsula is on the Asian continent, making Egypt for millennia a living bridge between both worlds. The history of Egypt is among the oldest and most fascinating in the world. Already around 5,000 years ago, a highly developed civilization began to take shape along the Nile. Around 3,100 years before Christ, the legendary King Narmer, also known as Menes, united the two kingdoms of Upper and Lower Egypt into a single state, thus founding the first dynasty. This period marked the beginning of the so-called Old Kingdom, which lasted until about 2,180 years before Christ. During this era, the famous pyramids of Giza were built, including the Great Pyramid of King Cheops, one of the seven wonders of the ancient world. The pyramids symbolized the belief in life after death and the divine power of the pharaoh. After a period of political turmoil, the Middle Kingdom followed, approximately from 2,600 to 1,700 years before Christ, characterized by cultural flourishing and the expansion of irrigation systems. Then came the New Kingdom, beginning around 1,500 years before Christ, during which Egypt reached its greatest expansion and power. In this glorious era, significant pharaohs ruled, such as Hatshepsut, one of the first great queens in history, Amenhotep III, who promoted art and religion, and Ramses II, often considered the most powerful of all Egyptian rulers. Akhenaten also implemented a radical religious reform, placing the sun god Aten at the center, a step that some historians consider one of the earliest forms of monotheism. Around 1,100 years before Christ, the gradual decline of the Egyptian kingdom began. Invasions followed by Libyans, Assyrians, Persians, and finally Alexander the Great in 333 years before Christ, who brought Egypt into the Hellenistic era. After his death, one of his generals, Ptolemy, took over and founded the Ptolemaic dynasty, whose most famous ruler was Cleopatra VII. After Cleopatra's death in 30 years before Christ, Egypt became part of the Roman Empire, later the Byzantine Empire, and in the 7th century after Christ, the Arabs conquered the land. This began the Islamic era, during which Cairo became one of the most important centers of science, trade, and culture in the entire Arab world. In the 19th century after Christ, Egypt increasingly came under European influence, especially from France and later Great Britain, until in the year 1952, it finally achieved full independence. Today, Egypt stands as a bridge between past and present, between Africa and Asia, between tradition and modernity. Its history reminds us that this land has been a center of human civilization, spirituality, and creativity for millennia, and continues to be so.